Hello there. Welcome. Happy Monday. My name is Chef Daniela Malfitano, and I am very excited because we have a very special week in front of us. I wanted to help you become plant-based. I wanted to offer the free resource for you, and I have done. Last week, I created a Taste of Plant-Based. It's a digital free cookbook with 5 of my favorite plant-based recipes. Now, I know that transitioning to plant-based, even if it's just a few meals of your weekly food, can be a bit overwhelming. And I want to help you make it less complicated. I want to help you make it easy. I want to help you make it super nutritious and super delicious, because I'm a chef after all, and I love working with food and helping to healthify classic recipes and make them a lot healthier. So here we are. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and download this free cookbook. It's called A Taste of Plant-Based, and it can be found and downloaded right at bit.ly/A Taste of Plant-Based. So let's get started. I'm going to actually cook all of the recipes in the cookbook this week, and let's get started with the first one, the breakfast recipe. All right, we are going to make an amazing green smoothie. This is the best green smoothie. It has amazing ingredients that are so potent. They're going to fuel you. They're going to help you feel super satiated and super alivened throughout the week. So this is our breakfast meal. And throughout the rest of the week, I'm going to be giving you not just breakfast recipes, but also lunches, dinners, some snacks, and a sweet recipe that's so delicious. So go ahead and download that. You can download it now if you'd like. And here we go. So for this green smoothie, if you've never had a green smoothie, I want to tell you it's nothing to be afraid of. It's really, really delicious. And this one is truly the best. I've made it really streamlined, very simple for you. And I'm going to go ahead and show you now with my overhead cam. So there's a couple ingredients that we're going to start out with. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this up. Now, first thing you need, most importantly, is the piece of equipment. You're going to do this in a high-speed blender. Really important. I'm going to use my Vitamix today, and you definitely want a high-speed blender for this. Now, why? Because we need to actually break down all the fibrous material in some dark leafy greens, some frozen fruits, things like that, that are sometimes really difficult to break down in a regular blender. So I want you to follow along with me and put the ingredients of your green smoothie in the blender the way that they are actually called out in the recipe. Here we go. First ingredient, we need 1.5 cups of cold filtered water. Make it cold and your smoothie will be just perfect and ready to sip right after you've blended it together. All right, the next thing you need is some extra potent, delicious superfood, all right? We can't go without a green smoothie without having superfoods in it. Today, I'm gonna use golden flaxseed. These are really great. Now, here's what a golden flaxseed looks like. I'm gonna show you right up at the cam. It's wonderful. These are so great and delicious. You can get them whole, or you can actually get them in a meal or a powdered form. This is wonderful. And I love flaxseed meal for baking, but I much prefer using whole flax seeds for my smoothie. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of this. Why do I prefer the whole in my smoothie versus the pre-ground? Because you're going to extract the nutrients way more. You're going to extract the nutrients and you're going to have access to all of them in way more abundant form if they're whole first and then you're breaking them down in the blender themselves. Whereas this bag of flaxseed meal, this is definitely nutrient dense, but a lot of these nutrients have actually kind of dissipated because of the oxidation that's happening with all the air that's circulating in and around the bag. So keep them whole for your smoothie. Now, you want another amazing ingredient. This one is maybe different for you. Maybe you've never heard of it, but let me introduce you to the mighty organic spirulina powder. So if you've never used spirulina, this is a green powder. It actually comes from the deep ocean. It comes from seaweed that's actually dried and then powdered or just like made into a powdered form. And it is vibrant green. Now, this can be found at Thrive Market, at any health food store like Whole Foods, even Trader Joe's sometimes carries it, Mother's Market. Sometimes you can find it at regular stores like supermarkets like Safeway, Vaughn's, Ralph's, Albertsons, but it's going to be in the health food section or the healthy food section of the store. And we want 1 heaping tablespoon. So I'm going to grab a heaping tablespoon and just kind of show you in the overhead cam. Take a look at how green this is. Amazing, right? It's so green, it almost looks black. It's super delicious. Again, very potent, very rich ingredient. We're gonna use 1 full tablespoon, 1 heaping tablespoon. Try to get it in the blender, Daniela. Jeez, all right, put that away. I actually refrigerate my spirulina so that it will last a little longer. It's really delicious. Now, if you can't find spirulina, I'm gonna clean my decks here. I'm going to show you another ingredient that you can add, all right? You can't find spirulina. How about chlorella? If you've ever wondered what chlorella is, often this is found at, again, health food stores. This is very similar to spirulina, but this is a high amount of chlorophyll. This is a wonderful superfood. It is a green powder as well. This is fantastic. So that could work. Now, I also want some sort of vegan unsweetened protein powder because we are plant-based and we want to achieve going plant-based for this full week and experiment with that. We want a great plant-based protein powder. I'm going to use Sun Warrior. This is made with brown rice, which is so fantastic. It's natural. There's no stevia. It is USDA organic. It's fantastic. It's totally flavorless. I'm going to use 1 scoop of this, which is going to give me 20 grams of protein. That is a ton. All right. Just in your morning smoothie alone. Now, often I get the question, how much protein does someone need throughout the day? Truly, it depends on your body size and how much activity you're doing, but it's anywhere between 50 and 75 grams of protein. Now, that's pretty big, broad range here, but women and men require different amounts, as well as kids and elderly. So kind of, you can actually use any great app like MyFitnessPal. You can check with your doctor what they recommend. But for me, it's about 55 grams of protein. Look, I already have 20 right in my morning smoothie. I also want some sort of flavor agent, all right? So spirulina, kind of green. The unsweetened protein powder doesn't taste like anything. And so far, water and flaxseed also doesn't taste like anything. So let's add a little oomph. And I want a little Sicilian oomph. I love cinnamon, so I'm going to use cinnamon. And cinnamon is fantastic. It is a super powder in a super food and a super powder in its own right. It is actually bark that's been powdered. And the really cool thing about cinnamon is that it's really flavorful, but it's going to keep your hunger levels at bay. So it's wonderful for curbing your appetite in a natural way. It's wonderful for that, helping you feel like full and satiated when you're drinking this. And it's going to give a wonderful round warm flavor, which I love. I love that spicy warm flavor of cinnamon. Now, all right, so we've got our flavor agents. Let's talk about dark leafy greens. So fun, so important. Dark leafy greens are the most important vegetable that you should get in your daily diet for sure. And they come in all different types. I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite kinds. So here in my colander, I've already rinsed these. I'm going to start with spinach. Spinach is fantastic. I love using regular large spinach for this smoothie here. You can get the stem and the leaf right in the blender. And for this smoothie, you can use 1 or 3 different kinds of dark leafy greens. So you can blend spinach with other things. You can just use spinach. You can just use kale, whatever it is. Another green that I love are 2 different types of kale. I'm going to use green leafy kale, which is this curly kale, green leaf kale. Fantastic. You can also use red kale. Looks just like this, but it's kind of purpley. It has purple veins. Fantastic. Or my absolute favorite that I truly think beats out the green kale and the spinach is the dino kale. I'm all about these huge, gorgeous leaves. Will you just take a moment? Can we give this leaf some gratitude, right? Look how gorgeous this is. This is so potent. You can actually enjoy both the stalk, the stem, as well as the leaf. It's fantastic. So I think for this smoothie, I'm going to use my dino kale, 2 leaves of this. And I think I'll throw in some spinach as well. And I'm going to help the blender out by just taking the stalks and actually giving them a quick run with my paring or chef's knife. And that's just going to make them smaller so the blade doesn't have to work as hard. Now, for the tops or the leaves, you can actually use a knife or you can actually just rip it. Make sure to wash it, though, before it goes into the blender. Really important. Yes. All right. I'm going to bring this here so you can actually see. Now I'm going to add just a bit of spinach as well. I really like combining 2 different dark leafy greens. So spinach and dino kale, I think are my favorite. Perfect. Great. All right. Good, good, good. Now the next thing we need is some frozen fruit. I think I'm going to add, you can use pineapple as called for in the recipe. I think I'm going to add amazing peaches. These are, because it's summertime, I want frozen peaches. We use these on Friday for our sweet and savory stone fruit chutney. I love frozen peaches. They're great for a lot of things, but we want about a cup of frozen fruit. It can be frozen cherries, frozen pineapple, frozen mango, frozen peach. I'll put that right in. And then we also need the most important, probably the secret star of this green smoothie. Can anyone guess? Any guesses? Let me give you a hint. It happens to be right on my shirt. Yes, it's the banana, but not just any banana. You need the freckled or speckled banana. So what I do as someone that's plant-based and really committed to this way of living, I usually buy 2 bunches of bananas or sometimes 3 at a time, and I will put one in my cupboard way up top, and I will just let it get speckled. Then once it's speckled, after 2 to 3 days, that's it. I will remove it. I will actually chop it in half and then put it in the freezer. Now, these are frozen banana pieces. This is going to be the secret star of this smoothie because it's not only going to give you a ton of kind of cold crispiness, act as the ice cubes essentially, it's also going to give you a ton of flavor and it's going to be creamy. It's going to give you that banana creaminess that is hard to miss. So I want 1.5 pieces, 1.5 bananas, so 3 pieces. You can use 1 banana. You can use half a banana if you want it less sweet, but anywhere between half a piece of banana to 1.5 bananas, right? And that ends up being about 3 pieces. Now, I also need some sort of delicious ginger and turmeric. So here, I have ginger here. Ginger root is totally wonderful. It is packed with antimicrobial and antifungal properties, as well as turmeric. Now, if you've never seen fresh turmeric, let me show you. Pretty cool, right? It kind of looks like this orange root. Now, how I'm going to use this turmeric and ginger is I'm just going to take a little bit off. Literally, I'm just going to cut that bit off right there. And with the ginger root, I'll do the same. The cool thing about ginger and turmeric is that you don't actually, when you're blending it, you don't have to take off the skin at all. You can just literally throw these pieces right in. And if you can't find ginger or turmeric, that's all right. You can use the powdered form. These both come from Trader Joe's. These are phenomenal, ground ginger and ground turmeric. They are really great products. I always keep these on hand. Fantastic for helping the body feel less inflamed. It's anti-inflammatory, both of these. Those are great. All right, so we've got the ginger, we've got the turmeric, we've got the peaches or frozen fruit, the dark leafy greens, of course, we've got the spirulina, we've got the flaxseed, the water. Fantastic. I think we need one more ingredient, and that is ice cubes. I want 1 cup of ice cubes. This is going to help it be really crispy. And this is also going to help it kind of be more like a juice, kind of like a juicy smoothie, like a liquidy smoothie as opposed to a thick smoothie. So I'm going to add 1 cup of ice right in. That's it. All right. So I'm going to do this right in front of me so you can see, put this top on. Now you absolutely are going to need your plunger. So get your plunger. And I'm going to start the blender at 1 or a low, turn it on and get it going. Now, if you start with all the ingredients as listed, it should really come into the blade all consistently. It shouldn't take that long either. Looking good. See how easy this is? I want to just hold my, I want you guys to really see it. Look, right? It's all being twisted around this blade. It's getting really nice and blended and smooth. At this point, I'm going to pick up that speed. And then to help it out, I'm going to use my blender. Perfect. I want to kick it up just for 30 more seconds here on high speed. Fantastic. All right, I think this is ready. Now you can blend this as smooth and creamy as you want. And I really like mine a little bit creamy, thick, and delicious. This here will make about 2 to 3 jars or glasses of green smoothie. So it's about 2 to 3 servings. You can have a couple a day. I love just having one for myself, just 1 green smoothie a day. It's delicious. If you wanted, you could actually decrease the amount of water in this recipe also, and you can serve it in a bowl, like a smoothie bowl, and then top it with any of your favorite ingredients like fresh fruit, flaxseed, chia seed, any pumpkin seeds, coconut, banana. It's so delicious as a smoothie bowl. But you guys, today we have a green smoothie right here. This is perfect. Here we go. Oh man. It's so refreshing. I always say, I describe this as being like so refreshing and crispy because the ice cubes make it like really cold. The spinach and the dino kale, fantastic. You don't really taste the ingredients of the dark leafy greens, but what you do taste is the ginger. What you do taste is the banana and the peach. It's so refreshing. And how beautiful, right? I hope that you'll try this. And if you do try it, will you post a picture in our Facebook group called Plant-Based Made Easy? I would love for you to join us in this community. We are building an amazing group of people who are plant-based curious to vegan and anywhere in between. This is a group that's everyone is welcome to, any age and any level of cooking experience. And share your just delicious creations with us, will you? Just go ahead and post a photo of all these dishes that you make with us throughout the week here in Plant-Based Made Easy. I hope that you thought this was fun. I hope that you really like this recipe. And heck, make it your own, as I say all the time. Add any ingredients that you want to make it perfect for you and your family. I think you're really going to like this. So come back for more, you guys. We have so much in store for you this week. Tomorrow, we're actually going to make a Greek salad with tofu feta. So delicious. And if you're going to make that with me, here's just a word of wise. I want you to actually make that tofu feta tonight. Make it ahead of time. And you are going to get this amazing tofu feta flavor, this feta flavor that's going to be phenomenal. So go ahead and press your tofu tonight. I've already have mine in the refrigerator, pressing all that water out. And tomorrow we're going to make an amazing Greek salad. It's going to be fantastic. All right, you guys. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and download my free cookbook, A Taste of Plant-Based. You can go ahead and do that at the link bit.ly/A Taste of Plant-Based. Boy, I hope you have a wonderful day. Make it fun, make it magical, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.